Hello everyone, thank you for joining me back here at the Art of the Oracle. My name is Virginia. I'm very excited about this reading today. I have been away for a couple of days, so I'm super excited to get back into these amazing readings. I have been considering doing a reading calling in the energy of the dragons because this new year is all about the dragon and the wood dragon. So I certainly have the energy of the wood, and I've been called to bring in all these green crystals today, which I think will bring in some of the energy of like a heart opening energy as well, to welcome in the beautiful energy of the dragon for 2024. I am very excited to use some of these decks. One of these that I haven't used before is Enchanted Blossoms. I don't know if you can see this, by Carla, Morrow. She has some beautiful energy of not just dragons, but also butterflies and energies from the flowers. So it's a very exciting deck of cards. And I'm going to call in the energy and ask for 3 cards. So for 3, oh, there's one showing itself already. That one was already flipped over in the deck, so I think it wants to be brought forward. That is our first card in this 3-card reading, and I feel this one as well. And the next one, let's see what kind of energy that we have here. So please show us today an additional card. I think it's that one right there. All right, beautiful energy coming in, and I've also chosen 3 crystals to be with us for these 3 readings. So the first card is bringing in passion, perfect for the month of February. It's also bringing the swordtail butterfly as well as a bougainvillea. So if any of those resonate with you. And the stone that I picked for this one is the dragon's blood, a beautiful egg in here, and appropriately it's got like a little red heart in the middle of it. So we'll add that one to our first reading. See where that's gonna stay. The second reading is about persistence. Can you see that there? This one is the African swallowtail, and this one is euphorbia, is the plant, and it's about persistence. So beautiful dragon energy there. Oh, I love all these dragons, they're so much fun. And the stone that we're gonna bring in with that one is tree agate. So we're gonna add that one there to this particular card. The third card that we're gonna bring in today is Serenity. And this one is Provencal fritillary. That's the butterfly. And the flower is lavender. Beautiful purple and orange energy coming in from the dragon and the butterfly there. So take a peek at these. This one is going to bring in the jade energy. And take a peek at these and see if one of these 3 resonates with you. I'll come back in just a moment and we'll focus on one reading and see what that brings in, what kind of great dragon energy that we have. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for coming back. Our passionate people are here for this dragon reading. What an amazing imagery that we have on here of this great dragon and butterfly along with bougainvillea. So the energy of the flower bougainvillea is, you know, a lot of us have seen bougainvillea. You can find them in so many different colors. This one brings in this beautiful pink, almost love energy. And it brings in the passion along with bougainvillea. It grows in this really exotic form, if you've ever had them, and they just continually bloom and bloom and bloom, along with the swordtail butterfly. So I'm going to call in some of the energy. What I'm seeing from this is it's almost like a little bit of a S energy coming in here. So I don't know if that means anything. And there's also, I feel like it's a sacred spiral is what's starting with this card. This is a sacred spiral, just bringing in this. I don't know if you're looking for love, because this really fun. I don't know if you can see it, if it'll pick it up there, but yeah, there's a little heart in the middle of this. So I feel that that is significant for this reading here today, is bringing in some of the heart. And some of the lines are kind of mimicking in almost like a little dragon's form that mimics this little tail in and around the heart energy there. So in the card, in the book that comes along with it, it says that it's urging us to kick your passion into high gear, to define and make plans to explore and engage and just have fun. Enjoy being silly, enjoy bringing in others into where you are. So let's see what other energies that we're going to bring in from the other cards. So these cards are from the journey, and this let's see, who is this by? I've forgotten who brings this. Allison, Filice. Really, really fun. I'll show you the box in case you're interested. Again, another lovely gift. But these cards I find really fascinating. Again, I guess it's bringing in some of the red love energy. Looks like we're going to have a picnic here with these cards. So let's ask for additional information for this pile, bringing in passion, the dragon's inner. What is the energy that the dragons would like to bring in? The first card there is offering release, and it looks like there's an additional card, and mirror. So the first thing that I notice about these two cards that are coming in today, it's very exciting for me, because it doesn't matter how many readings you do, it seems like, you know, new combinations are constantly being formed. And that, I think, because that's coming out, I think that that is really important about this reading. Is you've got a set of hands here, 2 hands here, and 2 hands here. Both of them are leaning into this amazing spark and have all this energy around it. Release looks like it's offering something out to the world. And I think that that's where the card started with right here, is to open yourself up to new experiences, to meeting new people. And so maybe it's telling you to release some of the old fears that might be around, you know, getting out there and showing yourself and being available to love. Because ultimately, what you put out there, what you see in the world, is a mirror of what you have inside. It's the understanding of as above, so below. The below is inside of us. The above is what we see in the world. And so if we have the understanding and knowledge that either what we're seeing is something to help bring about some sort of change or realization or gift, or we're seeing it because we need to be aware of how we're presenting ourselves in the world. Either way, I find it just very exciting that both of these cards are offering a pair of hands, which tells me there's a divine pairing coming your way. I feel like bringing in some new passions and perhaps releasing some of the old stagnant energy you had around relationships. I'm gonna go to the guidebook and see what the book says regarding release. This is such a fun book. Yeah, it says exactly that. Release the old so that the new can enter. And it's asking you to take a look at what is it that's lighting you up, which is what the spark is right in the middle. And I feel like with another, that spark is going to come together, and perhaps you can create something that mirrors both of your energies together. So as you release and let go, maybe of, you know, maybe you had an idea of a person or a type that you wanted to be with. I think this is asking you to change, perhaps, or release some of the, you know, the expectations around, you know, the perfect person for you. Because let's face it, there is no real perfect person. So let's see what this is bringing forward in the mirror. And so, okay, so beautiful. It says, we do not see things as they are, we see them as we are, which is, going back to what I said before. Things will happen that are beyond our control, but it's how we respond that reveals what's going on inside of us, is what this book says right here. So if we keep experiencing things that we don't like, perhaps it's because we're putting out energy that we don't like, but we're unaware of it. Sometimes we go through life and we have kind of blinders on a little bit. But this energy is offering you a higher perspective, a different way to look at things, to ask you to perhaps release some of the things. If you're living this amazing life, then this may not be the reading for you. If you're living the life of your dreams, where you have everything that's exactly the way you want it to be, then then what is there to release, right? Everything, you're just open to receiving. But if you find yourself in a place where you're trying to figure out, why am I here? What am I doing here? Why am I alone? Or why am I surrounded by people that are not really resonating with me? Then that's telling you that perhaps you've got something going on that is, because the people are reflecting from this mirror card are reflecting what you're putting out. You know, that old theory behind the law of attraction, that, you know, you're attracting all the time from the energy you're putting out. But I think it's more than that. It's not just what you're thinking in your head. It's the way you truly feel. Where does your passions lie? What really lights you up? What brings that spark of insight? Let's get some more information from some more cards. I'm bringing in the Wild Unknown Archetypes from Krans to add to this reading today. So what is the dragon energy telling us to release that? Oops, okay, wow, okay, so the prayer, oh, how beautiful is that? I mean, what's really interesting is this came in with a big clunk. It's almost like if you've had some prayers out there, they're gonna just get, like, all of them, I feel like, are gonna come in or drop into what you have. And that's the card that felt like it really wanted to come out. I mean, it just plopped right open. And I have not received this card in a reading before, so I'm really excited by it. What's so beautiful in this card is this hand is reaching up, and this almost looks like a nest down here, a protected space here. And this looks like crystal energy, and you have diamonds here, and it's surrounded by this really beautiful, ethereal painting of, you know, light and watercolors. So it feels, you know, it just feels very magical to me when I look at this. So I think that, you know, it's almost mimicking some of the energy over here, you know, with this beautiful pink energy that it's kind of like bringing it all together. So what are the prayers that you've been putting out into the world? Are you acting in a way as if you know these prayers are going to be answered? Interestingly enough, the same like glimmer, this energy, this spark is also being mimicked here in this card that you have in these three. I mean, these additional cards here. It's saying that it's there. It's all you have to do is reach up and grab it. It's, you know, this diamond is only half shown. Are you showing yourself as what you wish to be? Are you, you know, able to release old energies that are kind of bringing you into a space that doesn't feel the way you want it to feel? Are you mirroring in your life what it is that you really want to live? Are you reaching for, you know, why do we have prayers? Prayers, we can have prayers of protection and prayers of healing, prayers asking for, you know, gifts and people and support. There's so many different prayers that we have in the world. So, you know, this is a reading that you'll know, hopefully, what that prayer is. And we all have some prayer that we'd like to have answered. And because I feel like this is so close to her hand, she's ready to grab it. She's ready to bring in that energy of, or ready to grab that energy of the prayer that she's been, you know, asking for. It's here. It's just like you're so close to it, but you're not quite. All you have to do is move like slightly in that direction. Just slightly reach for it, and you'll have that that energy available to you. I'm going to go to the book and see what the book has to say. This one is what is prayer? To whom do we pray? That's a really good point. You know, are we praying to our inner self, to the stars, to the trees, to the birds, to any type of God? But whenever we do pray, sometimes it comes from a place of lack. And when it comes from a place of lack, it's mirroring the fact that you do not have, right? So release those feelings of lack and lean into maybe a prayer of gratitude, because this card, I think, is reminding us that all of this, I think it's interesting. I wanted so much to bring out these green crystals today, to bring in the heart energy. And when we pray from our heart, the passion, when we bring in the feeling and the passion along with the prayers, we are streamlined. It just, you know, when we can feel and be in the space of the desires, the hopes, the prayers that we have, it's almost as if we're not coming from a space of lack, that we're coming from a space of knowing. And I think that that's part of what this reading is asking you, to come into a space more of knowing, to mirror these ideas and thoughts of what it is that you want to see, feel it, actualize, bring in the passion, bring in what it is that you want. I'm going to read just a little bit of what it says in here. That it says, others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever the prayer is for you, the card reminds us of its importance. So, even though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do but to bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Well, I think that's a really beautiful message, because as the dragon energy comes into play, I think what this energy is asking you to do is to take a look inside and what it is that you're truly passionate about. Is there something that you need to release and let go? Are your passions, is your outside world mirroring your desires? Do you have that deep knowing that you can have whatever it is that you desire? Let it mirror the way you feel inside. Let it mirror your prayers. and know this spark is always with you, and it's always close, and it's always nearby. I can't believe how many hands. Look at all the hands that are in here. And maybe that's one of the things that you're praying for is help. If it is, I think you're going to get it. So there's a deck that I haven't used for a really long time, but I thought I would bring in the Celtic energy here. And the Celtic energy this deck is called Shapeshifters by DJ Conway and Sirona Knight. Beautiful cards because they bring in this really ethereal energy. And it's interesting that all of this, I feel like there's a lot of ethereal energy. So may we receive more guidance and understanding. What is this spark? What is this transformational energy that the pile of passion? Okay, so that's the first card. Okay, so this is really interesting because this is a sword card. It says stasis. I don't know if you can see this here, but it's a very cold image. There's a bear inside hibernating. He is safe and sound, but asleep. He is in, a moment of non-movement. And in these swords, which is the swords is all about the energy of air and our thoughts and our ability to it's a fast energy because, as you know, your thoughts go out there and boom. I mean, they're sometimes our words, our thoughts, they just go out so quickly, and we're surrounded by so much of that in this world. So I think in the Eight of Swords, it could be asking you to take a break. That sometimes the words and the things that we put out there can come across a little bit colder than what our intention is. So let's get some additional cards and see what else it's showing. What is the additional energy? The dragon energy. Okay, so wow. So this is wands, and it's funny because we're also mirroring the same type of imagery here. The difference is this one's about burdens, and it's telling me that because we're also going in a progression here. And then we have, it's funny because we have 12 and 13. I'll put them this way because I feel like this is a so we have 8, 10, 12, and 13. So the swords is about, your language and your words. And I feel like what it's telling you to release here is some of this, perhaps how you're putting yourself out there in terms of words. Take a break, realize that sometimes the words come across a little bit harsher than you want them to do. So it's time to rest. Allow yourself to stop for a moment. And in doing so, I think you'll be able to put down some of the burdens. These cards are really interesting. So this has got 3 birds here flying around. They actually, they look like they're vultures, and there's a face here in the cards. So it really interesting. He is completely immersed in the land below. He's completely sunk. So I think what it's saying with all these birds flying around is that it's time to let go of that burden, time to, slow down, see how your world is how you're letting go, how you're, let go of this, icy, exterior or words or angry, and let go of the burden of what that is, the weight of what, the weight of the energy of anger. I feel like that's what's coming through to me. It's like angry words, like let it go. I feel like, maybe you've been hurt by others' angry words. The bear is surrounded by these icicles and he's resting. He is perfectly happy. And so is this beautiful mound of snow. He's resting. He needs this rest because he's been burdened. That's what I feel like this is saying. There's been a lot of burden here, and it's time to let it go. If you look at the Pentacles energy, so these cards are a little bit different. So this is like the Knight of Pentacles, and the energy is moving forward. It's springtime. It's coming forward. She has support around her from the men, from like a partner behind her. And, you know, there's these beautiful energy here with the, you know, it's just the energy is all soaring around her, letting her know that her passions and her desires, I mean, everything is moving forward for her. So I think that that's what's coming into be. And then this card of rebirth, what a beautiful energy. There's a moon up here with 3 faces in it, and she's holding a cup. She is being reborn. It's like the death card in the normal traditional tarot pack. And she's got the scorpion here. She's got, it looks like a beetle down here. She's cloaked here with roses. She has one in her hand. She has a claw and a cup that shows that she's raising it up in celebration. So I think that what you're going to find is as you release some of this old energy, perhaps some words, angry words that were said, or something that somebody put out there. And even if it isn't that, I feel like maybe perhaps what you're feeling like is at this time in, you know, I feel like this could be winter, what we're going through right now. And that this is your coming out of this. That you, as you see the thaw from winter, as we move towards spring, the energy is going to completely shift, and that you're going to feel a rebirth in your spirit, in yourself, that you're going to see that your prayers are being answered. But keep in mind that, you know, energy is very important. I feel like, you know, the energy, if nothing else that you get from this reading, is that be aware of the energy that you're putting out into the world, because you're going to receive what you put out. If you're angry and hurt and, you know, showing anger and pain out in the world, that it can draw more of it. Even if you're just, you know, if you're watching it on TV, or if you're seeing, you know, other people, you know, hurt, you know, you're watching movies that are showcasing that it brings more of that into. So just be aware that the energy is coming into being. Your prayers will be answered. Just be aware of what it is that you're putting it out there, what you're asking for. I'm going to ask for a little bit more clarity on this reading, because it started here with passion. It started here with, you know, calling in the people around you that you want. So let's see, what is it that we can expect from as we move forward into this new energy, this new dragon energy coming forward, and from what is it that the dragons would like to share? Any final messages here? Yeah, well, there's quite a few there. I wasn't expecting so many, but let's take a peek and see what it is. So the first energy here is 22. It's the journey. So this card, these cards here are a little bit different. And so this, it kind of feels almost like the world. I think they have a little bit extra cards. So if you can see, this man has, oh my gosh, he's equipped with so many things. He's got all the energy from the forest behind him. He's got the trees, as well as, there's a lot of cat energy in here, interestingly. And then you have the white doves and the wisdom. You have spiders and just so much beautiful energy, as well as the fish. It's almost like you have the entire world behind you in this card, bringing in this rebirth. And I feel like you're going to know your path. You're going to find your way. You're going to find your path. And if you're a cat lover, you know felines, they're so interesting. They bring in playfulness, which is one of the things the first card brought in. But they also bring in almost like a mystery and a magic. right? With cats and how they come forward. I'm going to take a look and see what the energy of the journey. And so, yeah, it says it's a time of understanding and doorways and opportunities opening up for you. And then a creative, positive change is coming into play for you. So I love that. Yeah, it looks almost like a fairy tale, this card coming in. So let's see what the other energy was bringing in. So it's the Four of Cups, which this card is about decadence. And interestingly, there's this beautiful yellow dragon up top, but I don't think these guys are really seeing it. So it's like in the Four of Cups where you don't really see what's available. I think that the new energy, it's kind of mimicking this card that you have up here, that's showing this light and these balls of energy. It's mimicking that. So if you release this kind of feeling of lack, that the other energy is available to you and ready to come in. They're circling around you, wanting to bring in. And when you do that, you're going to find, this is Wands elements. It's the Six of Wands bringing in victory for you. I see a lot of people around you wanting, just celebrating with you. This looks like a family. And then lastly, it's the Seven of Pentacles, which also, this one represents growth. And she's, looking to the sky. She has these beautiful horse energy around here. A lot of animal energy here. I really forgot how wonderful these cards are. She has shapeshifted into a horse, which tells me that she now has the energy and the power to move forward. So once you release some of this old energy, maybe, this kind of feels like almost like you're asleep to what's possible. But when you wake up, let go of that old heavy energy and see this magic. The dragons are offering you a magical energy. They look like the sun and radiating a new light, a new understanding, and a new way of being. So I hope that you've enjoyed this reading for pile number 1, the passionate people in pile number 1, bringing in the beautiful energy from the dragons. I think the dragons really want you to be aware of what you're putting out into the world and know that your prayers are at hand, that what you have been longing for is available to you. Let go of, this feeling of lack and being asleep. All of these are asleep. Wake up. The energy's there for you. Get out of this burdened thought of seeing the world as heavy, because it only brings more of that weight. And when you do, you're going to find the freedom. You're going to find the freedom to move forward. This is this is about earth energy and bringing in into your life the things that you want to see around you. There will be victory. This is a beautiful eagle energy that's coming in here around your family and be able to soar. And you're going to feel like you have the magic to move forward, bringing in this new energy as you move forward in the spring. So thank you very much for being a part of the energy today. I hope you've enjoyed the reading. Please like and subscribe and share the readings if you think it's relevant for someone that might be interested in what is coming out today. And thank you again. Have a beautiful week, and don't be afraid to play and bring out that passion that you have inside waiting to soar. Thank you. Bye now. Hello there, pile number 2. Thank you for coming back. So how beautiful is that? This dragon brings in persistence, and this plant, which looks really exotic. And I feel like it's focused energy, and with the tail that's kind of looping around, and the black and white butterfly, which I feel like is bringing in some balance into your life. that maybe you've gone through some challenges and have found that, you know, you just really need to be persistent. If you're wondering, oh my gosh, maybe, what am I doing this for? I think that the dragons are asking you to bring in just that staying steady, true to what your vision is, and stay persistent in that. So this stone is tree agate, which is asking you also to examine what it is that you're doing right now. It's bringing in some peace about the space that you're in. And as you come into that peace, that, you know, you can take a look around, see where you've gone. So maybe it's bringing in a little bit of that energy. Maybe you've been really persistent about something and now it's time to relax a little bit. And, you know, take a moment, reevaluate. Who are you? Who do you want to be in this new year? What do you want to bring forward? So I feel like this energy could be bringing one or the other, be telling you to keep going, or maybe it's a little bit of both, asking you to examine why you want to keep going or what you're bringing in. So the next energy that we're bringing in is from Allison, Filice, and this is the journey. So these are really fun cards. February is a month of, you know, love and all this excitement. So some of this pink energy is coming in, and I decided to bring all this green energy for heart opening. And the dragons, which have been calling to me for a few weeks now. I've seen dragons in the trees, and, you know, obviously just, you know, my the fun that I'm seeing as the trees have a form of a dragon, or the rocks. I'm seeing them in a lot of different ways coming through right now, and wanted to put this reading out. So what additional information as we go on this journey in the new year and bringing in the dragon energy, what would like to be shown here today? What is it? Do we need more persistence in our life? Or, okay, introspection. So that was the other side of this coin, is that this energy that was coming in was about self-examination. Is there any additional? Yes. Okay. So the two energies that are coming in from these cards today, interestingly, I think this is bringing in this energy. So are you being persistent in something that isn't working? Are you afraid to let it go? Are you working at something that feels like maybe you've lost your way? Like you're not even exactly sure why you're doing it anymore. Why is this? Why are you continuing to do something that maybe isn't bringing you, you know, the satisfaction that you thought it was? It's okay to move into something and then to find out that it's not really what you want to do, but you have to be honest with yourself about it. And the only way you can do that is through this introspection or self-examination, which is what this stone was bringing in here. So this black and white energy, which kind of feels like, you know, in here, I think it's asking you to balance maybe some of the energy that's coming out for you. Balance some of the thoughts and ideas. Perhaps you've gotten a little bit out of balance, because I love that this little doorway going into a new space, which is lined with it, like all the colors of the rainbow. It almost looks like, you know, move into the unknown, because the unknown is offering you this dynamic spark of light, insight, something, but you're not gonna see it if you're traveling and staying persistent in an area that isn't working for you. Let's take a look in the book, and I want a little bit more information about what the unknown is saying. So it says, just even if you're unaware of where you're going, sometimes just making a gentle shift by being able to look in a different direction can create change. But I love change, but a lot of people don't. So if you're one of those people that don't like change, then this doesn't feel so good. It says the unknown holds our future and we must step into it. Walk gently and trust that as you move forward, doorways will open and life presents itself with all its possibilities. And please have the courage to say yes to a new adventure. In the introspection, I think that perhaps sometimes we don't take the time. You know, we're so busy. It's like, who has time to sit down and think, let alone think about ourselves and where we're going and what we're doing. But you are here for a reason, for a purpose. Everything you do matters. Everything you do matters. So if you don't have a clear idea of where you're going and you just, keep moving and moving and moving and moving and moving, you can continue to move forward. But if you don't know where you're going, then life sometimes feels more burdensome. So I think that, the book is saying that we can become disoriented, so caught up in other people, things, whatever's going on in the world, that we forget our own true power and what we're here to do. So I think what this is saying is, don't be busy just for busy's sake. Don't just keep pushing forward and not having a clear goal or clear understanding. So it also is saying, tune into the universe and tap into the wisdom. And I think that maybe that's part of the unknown for you. Maybe you've never tapped in. It's so funny because now we're getting, the chime is coming in. It's almost like, have you been getting little taps, asking you to take a look at something different, but you've been persistent staying in one direction? Or maybe you have to step away to be able to do this introspection. Maybe because you feel like you're so busy that you just kind of need a little bit of a timeout. I think in that timeout, that it'll bring something clearer to you. So let's see if we can kind of clear things up. What is it that the dragon energy would like to offer in terms of like possibly moving in a new direction and bringing out healing? And wow. Okay, so I feel like these two really wanted to be seen. So I love both of these. So this card is, I feel like, really wants to be above, telling us of this higher learning. And it's so funny because I think I'm going to grab a third one for you. So it's like they're all showing themselves, but I think this is your third energy here that wants to come forward. So the mentor, let's see, are you seeing all these? Yes, you are. Okay, so I'm going to bring these down just a little bit more into the space. So the first card here with the mentor, if you look at this beautiful wise owl, is all encompassing. So perhaps you need a mentor. Perhaps that you need someone in your life that can give you a different perspective. Kind of step into something that you've not been allowing yourself to consider because you've been so busy being persistent in one direction. So I think that energy it's almost as if it wants to come in and, embrace, right above the unknown here, that it's going to, once you step into the unknown, it's interesting that this is black and white as well, that once you step into this energy, that what you're going to find is you'll be embraced here and you're going to feel maybe more connected to some of the things. The second card that came out was the creator. So this energy, is working also in black and white, but what it does is by opening yourself up to that creativity, to that beautiful rainbow energy, knowing that anything is possible, that you will see that spark, that everything will open up to you. Because the universe wants you to find your joy, your happiness, your purpose, it wants you to feel alive. It wants you to experience the things that you want to experience. And I think that, you know, when you do this, when you open yourself up possibly to a different understanding, a different education, that maybe somebody will come in, that you're going to create a different, something's going to be offered to you through this, that it's going to bring something perhaps that you didn't even know was available to you. But I think the beginning is introspection, to open yourself up to know that there is more than what you're seeing on a day-to-day. There's more out there for you. And with all of these beautiful cards here, I feel like it's almost like it's tapping you, it's nudging you, like my clock that went off saying, "Ding, excuse me, listen to this. Listen, we're trying to offer you something more, that you know, it's time for you to reevaluate where you are, and are you where you want to be?" Okay, so let's bring some additional energy from the Shapeshifters. So this is the energy that we're bringing in now. Shapeshifters deck, it's a Celtic inspired deck by DJ Conway and Sirona Knight. So what is additional dragon energy? Where are we going with, what is the offering? Let's go there. What is the offering that's coming in? I think part of the offering, what it's saying here, is creativity through this. You know, these are single hands that are opening up and offering you more. They're offering you a chance to create a new way of being. That's what I feel like that is saying. It's offering you. Okay, so this is an interesting card. So this is the Five of Pentacles. And this card does not look like fun, right? So this card is all about like the snowy scene. You've got this lonely little porcupine, and that's what it is. It's this lonely little porcupine up here in the tree all by himself, trying to figure out, what should I be doing? So in the Five of Pentacles, it kind of makes you feel a little bit like you're isolated from something. So perhaps that's what's weighing on you. And all of these cards wanted to come out as well. So this is from the traditional pack as the Lovers. And what I love about these Lovers is you have this tree of life, and you have the two birds. You have the energy of, you know, the man and the woman, and they're uniting and creating something new. So perhaps you're going to find a partner that helps you do that, or maybe it's just coming together of ideas. Because in the Nine of Swords, the information of darkness is what's coming through here. So what I find very interesting is like darkness is, let's see if it's telling you need to go into the darkness, because a lot of times what the Nine of Swords is offering is this, it's like that dark time when you're overthinking everything that's going on. You know, you can't see anything clearly. But I feel like it's mirroring this introspection here, that it's almost you need to go into this space, because we have the Wand, which is the god of air, which is bringing in, I think in this card it is like the Queen of Wands, even though it's showing this young page energy, because yeah, but I think this is like the Queen, which Wands is about creativity, which is mimicking this. And he is shape-shifting into this magical bird and bringing in this new like energy of creativity, and he's got music going on here, and that I feel like he's supported by the heavens when he moves into this creative energy. So I think that you're going to find that energy, because the Four of Swords in this deck is about merging. So I think what it's saying is that it's kind of mimicking this as well, that through this darkness, that in between loneliness and darkness, then going introspectively, if you have felt like you've been in the dark or that you've been alone and that nothing is going to happen, that there is the potential for you to come together and move into something that's more than what you could have ever imagined here. This could be the pairing of you and a mentor. This could be the pairing of you and a new way of working, right, with the creator. But I think that's something, maybe something, almost feel like something's already been offered to you. That you have had something, but maybe you don't trust it. Maybe you have been so busy going in a different direction that you haven't had time to contemplate what this really is about. Because with the energy that it's offering here in the merging of elements here in the swords, I feel like I need a little bit more understanding about what this merging is, because I feel like there's something around you right now that's bringing in this new energy for you. And is it a new way of thinking? Or maybe you just got an idea, like you don't know for sure if you can go in that direction, but I feel like you can. Can you give us some more clarity about thinking? Okay. So the burden card comes out, which is the wand. So I feel like this merging is going to help release some of the burdens that you've been carrying in your life. That it's time to go inward and ask yourself, why? Why are you carrying all this? Do you really need, is this a martyrdom feeling? Do you feel like you have to carry these burdens? When we were kids, it was all about play and enjoying life. And now that we're adults, a lot of times we take on so much and don't allow ourselves to we need to know everything ahead of time before we move forward. But if you're an artist, you sometimes, you have a spark, an idea, and you don't know how it's going to turn out, but you start grabbing colors and you move in that direction. And if you're not sure, then seek out wise counsel. Is there any additional information for pile 2? Okay. So this is the 6 of Cups. So I feel like this is a memory card. And I feel like what it's telling you is that this stuff is the past. And yes, you have beautiful memories of things that used to be. And enjoy those memories. Remember, maybe, I just had mentioned about being a child. Maybe it's asking you. Yeah, look at that. So you end up with this beautiful fire energy. It says seeker of fire. And this is the youthful energy of the Page of Swords that's coming out, who feels like he can move forward, that he has a voice, that he has possibility, and that he's willing to go that way. And I think that that's what this energy is bringing in. It's like it is time to remember your childlike, why did you head in the direction that you're heading in? Is it time to shift directions? Is it time to bring in new mentors or just wisdom from other ways of being able to create? Because I feel like if you haven't received an offering, that you will. That there is something, there is energy of the Lovers, and maybe it'll bring that love, that spark of life back into your heart, where you have felt a little lonely or overburdened. And remember that, with this tree agate here, it's asking you, like the introspection card, to just examine who you are. Who do you want to be? Bring some of the colors of the rainbow back in, and liberate that child-like spirit within you. So thank you, Pile 2, for being a part of this reading. If you are not subscribed, I would love to have you as a subscriber. If you like it, then please click the like button. And if you find that you would like to share it with others, I really appreciate you being here, and anything that you would like to help to bring forward to others with me as I move this channel forward. So thank you for being a part of the Art of the Oracle. My name's Virginia. I look forward to bringing another reading for you very soon. Until then, have a beautiful day. Bye now. Hi everyone, welcome back. So this card is about serenity. And what a beautiful dragon image that we have in here, as well as the lavender. And a lavender is a very calming plant. And I think what this card is offering you is, this is the deck here by Carla, Morrow. It's the Enchanted Blossoms. And I think that this card is bringing in some of that much needed quiet energy. So I feel like that's the direction that we're going in. The jade stone it's kind of a stone of the heart. It offers some protective energy as well as wealth. So maybe you have been working so hard, and because it's paired with this, I think that that is exactly what might be headed your way if you haven't already received it, that you're going to receive what you need so you can take a step back and focus on yourself. If there's been a lot of really hectic energy in your life right now, and it's just kind of got you in a tailspin and thinking or reacting quickly, I think also that it's asking you to take a step back from that type of energy. Take a deep breath and relax. But with this, I believe like it's bringing in some energy of abundance. Maybe you're going to get some health. Maybe you're going to get some money. So we're going to bring in Allison, Filice, the journey cards to add to the information so what is the dragon energy coming in and the jade energy bringing in to our reading? Wow. So I had to pause that to go get these cards. They came flying out, and they're very exciting cards, step by step. So you see this big foot moving forward. So I think that you're going to see the steps that you have taken are moving you into this beautiful new possibility of change. So step by step, you're going to receive the things that you need for this change that I feel like is much needed change for you. This is the cycles of the moon. I don't know, if you're seeing it already, if you've taken the steps and you're noticing the changes coming in. If you do not, it's headed your way. I am very excited by the card here that's change, because I feel like, we know the only thing that's constant in our life is change, that things are always coming and going, but this feels like a really positive change that's coming your way. And I feel like it's something that you've really needed. So let's see, let's take a little book. A little time to take a look at the book. And I opened it up, came right to the step-by-step page, and there's a little quote in there by Lao Tzu: "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." So I think maybe that it's asking you to step into this, that you know what you need, that it's time for you to take a step in the direction that's more about you, that is bringing you into a space of serenity. Maybe you're looking at changing jobs, and if you are, I think the cards might be saying to you, hey, if you go in that direction, this will be a job that feels like it's a positive change. So because this is moving forward and not backwards, I feel like you're going to leave something behind, moving into change. And you don't have to know exactly what that is, but so what it says is, as we take steps on our path, more landscapes become visible. And I think that's so true, is that, you know, just turn around and everything looks completely different from, you know, it's a different perspective. And you haven't even taken too many steps. You've just, you know, taken a different perspective. So I think that's exactly what it's saying. So we're gonna grab the Wild Unknown archetype by Krans and ask for additional information. What's coming in? What are the steps that we need to take? What is the change coming? Boy, these cards are very sticky. Let's see if we can. That's funny. I feel like that's exactly what you need. Is you need to unstick yourself and move in the direction that creates more serenity. Maybe you're stepping out of a sticky situation and creating the change that you want to see. Maybe that well, let's see. Let's grab some more. So please, let's clarify some of the energy and the information. What are the steps and the change coming in for pile number 3? This feels very exciting. I'm really liking the energy coming forward. So I think that's one of them. Ooh, the warrior is coming through. So the warrior, so if you look at this snake who has kind of, you know, he's made his way through, this looks like, you know, it's what happens when, you know, you've been to battle and, you know, you've had to let things go and you're moving forward. You know, I feel like this is a little bit of Kundalini and rainbow energy. And there's one more card for you that's coming out with the warrior. Oh, and the temple. So look at that. So at the hands in prayer, I feel like because of the direction that it's saying that you're going to be able to create a space that feels very sacred for you, that offers you not only protection, but solace in a way. Maybe you are overcoming something, and you know, that's what the warrior energy is bringing in for you. I'm going to take a peek at what the warrior energy is offering. Yeah, the actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles, so choose wisely. Realign with the eternal wisdom within, then surrender the battle. So perhaps you're needing to walk away from something that is causing some conflict for you, and it just doesn't make you feel very good, and you need some serenity, some peace. You need the change that you, yeah. Warrior loses its center during confrontations. So if you've felt like you've had to go to battle with somebody, a space, a family, a job, maybe even ideas, something internally within yourself that, you know, you've been trying to walk away from, that you see these things that aren't really working for you, that I feel like the change is coming. If it's not, I think this is confirmation that you need a change, that this is not working for you, that the energy is, it's not healthy, I don't think, for you. It's, you know, there's this little diamond with a gold sphere around it. You know, the diamonds are made from constant stress and pressure, right? And so I feel like all that stress and pressure has created this knowing within you that, you know, this wisdom that you, this clarity that you wouldn't have got had you not gone through some of these pressures and the scars, the wounds from the things that you have encountered in your life. And this temple, that you're now moving towards. Let's see if this offers, yeah, so it's talking about a shrine. So, you know, a shrine is something that, you know, we find very sacred. So this could be an internal shrine for you, or a space that you now find yourself in. So the forest, slowly and sensuously kissing a lover, closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? And perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. That is not what I expected that book to say. So I always love to go for additional meeting from, you know, the creators of these oracle decks, because they offer a lot of wisdom. What I'm seeing from this is that, you know, that you need this, that you need a new space, and that is coming to you. But the way the book has offered additional information saying that, you know, and what the warrior card also, additional, you know, additional energy that's coming in from that is, don't be blinded by the scars and the stuff that's been happening. Be aware where you're moving. Be aware of the energy that you're bringing forward. Be aware of where you're putting your attention and what you're worshiping, because sometimes the battle, you know, maybe the dust hasn't quite settled yet, and you're making decisions that, you know, aren't quite the direction that you want to go. So I'm going to bring in, lastly, I'm going to put this over here to add some clarity to this in your thought and in your focus. The final deck, tarot deck, is Shapeshifters, which I think is a wonderful energy for you. Today is a lot of light going on there. But this is by DJ Conway and Sirona Knight, and it's bringing in some Celtic energy and shape-shifting of animals and dragons. So can we get some additional information about what is the change, where are we going, and what is coming in? Oh, wow. This is, it says the goddess of the earth, and this is Pentacles. So it's where we started when I said this jade stone is about abundance. This is like the king of Pentacles, which is bringing in everything that you need, worldly, everything that you need here on the earth is going to be available to you. There's the lucky rabbit. She's transforming and creating luck. So from what you have been through, you know, you may have a narrow focus on money and, you know, and be paying too much homage to that. But because the King of Pentacles, in my mind, has a really deep understanding of earthly possessions, that this energy, as it brings in the eagle and it brings in this beautiful transformative energy, I think that you are going to move into an area. Okay, that one also wanted to come forward. And this is the Queen of Cups. How beautiful. So I feel like this is going to bring you in, and this is beautiful dragon energy there. Wow, that's exciting. So this dragon coming in is offering you, the Queen of Cups is about that heart, opening and understanding. This is a green dragon, so it's bringing you in what you love. So I think that this is going to give you this space that you're going to be stepping in this change. You got some battle wounds. Be careful of where you put your focus on and what you're paying homage to, because I feel like some abundance that you have been looking for, and it's going to bring you into a space where you're going to see the magic coming in for you. Is there additional information? So this is the Queen of Swords. So yeah, so I think it's bringing in, look at this, it's the magical white deer and the, you know, the balance of higher thinking here in this, they look like doves, but they're black and white. So I think that that's balanced energy. And the swords is about your way of thinking and your way of presenting yourself to the world. And I think that this energy is moving towards this. This change is moving towards this. So can I get some information about, as this is moving forward, is this something that is coming forward quickly? I think that's the dragon energy that's coming in for you. It's abundance, bringing you back to love and letting you put your energies out into the world in a new way. Is there any additional information or understanding about this energy moving in, this change coming through? Okay, I feel like these two want to come out. So this one first. Oh, I love it. So this is Cups energy as well, and it's bringing in the yellow dragon energy, and this is about decadence. So be careful about where you're putting your energy again, because there you go. It's right underneath the this temple card. So the dragon energy that, you know, these two guys are like fat cats now, right? So they're, you know, almost becoming despondent. They're taking a sun on these rocks right here. So be careful of that energy that's coming in. We also have a 5 of cups. So both of these are cups energy. So, and it's a progression. So there is the possibility of, you know, this is yellow as well. This is the octopus, which I feel like brings in a lot of, you know, wisdom and just different type of understanding. But this woman standing in the waters is cloaked in gray, and she's feeling the rejection. So I believe that what this is saying is that, you know, you may be walking away from something where you know, felt that you could not receive, you know, the beautiful things that were coming in above you. This sun, and this came out in a previous deck as well. This particular card did, but I mean, in a different reading. But I feel like he's coming to shore, and she's coming to shore, and that that separation that you had, whether you felt like you could not have things that created that abundance, or you felt like the universe was rejecting you in some way and wasn't allowing that I feel like that energy is changing. Can we get a little bit of clarification on the 4 and the 5 of cups here? Because this is really about where your heart is at, you know, and it's, you know, 5s are about change. So I feel like the 5 card and the rejection, and this is changing, that you're moving forward from this space here where you were kind of separated from the light of the energies around you, and feeling the rejection of not having the things that you had hoped for. Okay, so I think it's these two. So yeah, so we're bringing in change. Yes, it's exactly what I was thinking. So what these two cards here are doing is they're changing and merging, because I'm going to put them over here in almost like a past spot, because the cards that came in is 2 and 4. The 2 of Pentacles, which is all about change. It's about, this is a beautiful stream. You've got almost like a family here. The tree, there's just lots of things coming forward. It's almost like a springtime, you know, when the whole landscape is changing. So I feel like that's what this is that this is an energy that your heart, you really weren't getting the things that you loved, but this is changing, and you're merging into this new state of awareness and being. She's got almost the same family over here that you see, oh sorry, in this card here, and becoming in her power. These are dragonflies of transformation, and seeing the magic that is all around her, of what this merging of the knowledge that she's receiving as she moves forward. These wounds that perhaps have created some of this, you know, this inability to be able to receive the abundance, and feeling almost rejected by the universe despite what you have put into it. Or maybe you have fought with somebody and they left you feeling like you cannot have the things that you desire. I feel like it's, you know, walk away from that. it's, again, this is the second card of change, right? So yeah, this is definitely changing. The dragon energy that's being offered to you is to know that you're stepping forward into something new. Be aware of where you're putting your focused energy and what you are focusing on, what you are worshiping, because this energy does not serve you, this energy here. And it is changing and moving forward with the new energy coming forward. And because this is offering a whole new scenario, I feel like in the spring, you're going to see something completely different. And what it's going to do, it's going to offer you this beautiful abundance, something you're going to love, and it's going to really bring in some new awareness thinking that you're going to want to share with others. It's almost like the whole energy is going to shift for you, and it's going to balance things out. So thank you very much, pile number 3. Keep moving forward. I feel like that serenity, that peace that you need is coming. Stay focused on, stay aware on what you're putting your focus on. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. If you enjoy the reading, please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends, and I'll continue to put another reading out every few days and see what the pulse of energy that is wanting to come in any particular day or moment. And I hope it resonates with you when you come in to see it. So thank you. Have a beautiful day. Bye now.